Hello, good morning to everyone. This is Dr. Kausar, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Government Trust College, Kochi. Today I am going to have a session on a subject that is called as Methods and Techniques for Business Decision, which is an elective paper for BCom first semester. So before going to know what do we mean by the number system, let us know how the numbers has been came into existence. So numbers are nothing but they are the ideas which develop gradually with the development of speech and expression of the human beings. As the development of mathematics began with counting and with the number system, the mathematical needs of a primitive man were very few. He only wanted a way of counting the few articles that he possessed. He would have certainly used the fingers on his hands and called the numbers that is called as 1, 2, 3. As civilization developed, different countries developed their own systems of counting. The system invented in India is called as the Hindu numerical system. The characteristic feature of this system is the use of 9 digits together with a symbol called as 0. So before going to see the types of numbers system, let us will go what is the session outcome, that is the learning outcome of this session. The objective of this lesson is to describe the students on various numbers systems like binary, decimal, etc. And also the session outcome is the number and the types of number system. So let us know what we mean by a number system. Number system is a basic mathematical system composed of various numbers, symbols or the figures representing numbers and certain rules they are governing the operations. And number is a quantity or a value expressed by a word or a symbol. These numbers are the ideas which are developed gradually with the development of speech, expressions which are used for communication. Let us will have what are the different types of numbers in the number system. First we'll go for the natural number which is denoted by n. Natural number is nothing but the set of all counting numbers are called as natural numbers and it is denoted by 1. For example, that is nothing but the running numbers or the counting numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, all the positive numbers where we are going to count. They are called as the natural numbers. And the next one is called as the positive number. The numbers which are greater than 0 is called as positive number and the numbers which indicates with the plus sign is called as positive number, or we can call it as the natural numbers are also known as the positive number. Positive numbers means which is greater than 0 or the number which indicates with the plus sign, they are all called as the positive number. For example, it is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next thing is negative number. Negative number is quite opposite to the positive numbers. The numbers which are less than 0. If it is more than 0, they are called as positive number. If it is less than 0, they are called as negative number. Or the number which indicates with minus sign is called as negative number. It is nothing but -1, -2, -3, -4, so on. And the next thing is type of number that is called as integer, which is denoted by I. Integers are nothing but the set of all positive numbers or all negative numbers including 0 are called as integer. It is denoted by I or Z. It is including all the positive +1, +2, +3, +4 and negative also. It is nothing but -1, -2, -3. Along with that 0 is also an integer. And the next type is called as the even number. Even numbers are those a number which can be divisible by 2 completely without any remainder is called even number. A number which are exactly divisible by 2 where there will be no remainder, such numbers are called as even numbers. So they are nothing but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They are all these numbers are exactly divisible by 2 and we can see there will be no remainder at all. So they are called as the even numbers. And the next is called as an odd number. The numbers which are not multiples of 2 are called as odd numbers. Or we can call it as the numbers which are not wholly divisible by 2, that is also called as an odd number, or the number which do not have 2 as a factor are also termed as odd number. So very simple, we can say that the numbers which are not exactly divisible by 2, those numbers, if it is not divisible by 2, then it is called as the odd number. If you are going to divide, there will be a remainder. So they are called as the odd numbers. For example, it will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. So these are all the odd numbers. And the next type is called as the prime number. Prime numbers are nothing but the number which is divisible by one and itself and not by another number. Those numbers which are exactly divisible by either by one or by itself. So such kind of numbers they are called as prime number. And these numbers are denoted by P. So we can able to say that P is equals to 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So such kind of numbers are called as prime number. And the next is called as composite number. The numbers which have more than two factors, they are called as composite numbers. Or those numbers which are not prime numbers. All those numbers, if it is not at all a prime numbers, or the numbers which are not at all the prime numbers, such numbers are called as composite number. So they are called as 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. They are called as composite number. And the next one is type is rational number. So where we are representing with the help of an alphabet, that is Q, the number which can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where P is an integer and Q is also an integer, but Q should not be equal to 0. Such kind of numbers are called as rational numbers. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 5 by 6. All these are all rational numbers. So 1, 2, 3 is nothing but 1 by 1, 2 by 1, 3 by 1. Like that it indicates. So the number, if it is in the form of a fraction, they are called as the rational numbers. And the next one is irrational numbers. The numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of P by Q. If it is not all expressing in the form of a fraction, then Q is not equal to 0. So such kind of numbers are called as irrational number. So irrational numbers cannot be expressed either as a terminating decimal or a recurring decimal. So example will be root 2, root 7, root 3. They are called as irrational numbers. And the next one is imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers means the square roots of negative numbers are called as imaginary, or they are called as non-real numbers. Or an imaginary is a number that when squared has a negative, when if you are getting a square numbers as a negative result, then such kind of numbers are called as imaginary. Root minus 4, root minus 9, root minus 5, these are all called as the imaginary numbers. And the next category is called as real numbers. The set of all rational and irrational numbers is termed as real numbers, and it is denoted as an alphabet with R. So R is nothing but, so both rational as well as both in the form of fraction as well as in the form of numbers. Both are called, both set of those numbers are called as real numbers. And next one is called as a factors. Factor is nothing but a number which divides a given number completely without any remainder is called as factors. When two or more numbers are multiplied to get a product, each such number is called as a factor of a product. For example, if you want to see the factors for 10, so we can able to see which are the numbers which can be divided for 10 is 2, 2 5 2, 5. These are all the factors of 10. 20 means we can say that 4 5s are 20. So 4 and 5 are the factors of 20. And the next is terminating decimals. When rational numbers are expressed as decimal fractions, where the number of decimal places are fixed. When we are going to divide a number, that is 3 by 2, 1 by 8, 1 by 2, if we are getting the decimal places as a definite places, for example, when we see that 3 by 2, how many times we are going to divide, the answer is 1.5. 3 by 2 is equals to 1.5. 1 by 8 is equal to 0.125. See, the decimal places are fixed. It is not repeated in nature. Here 1.5 means 1.5 itself, it is the 5 is not at all recurring in nature. Such kind of numbers or decimals are called as terminating decimals. And the next category is called as non-terminating decimals. When rational numbers are expressed as a decimal fractions where the number of decimal places are not definite, they are called as non-terminating decimals. We can able to see very clearly in this example that the decimal places are not fixed. 0.33 means the 3 is repeated in nature, it is recurring in nature. So zero point 0.6 means it is not a fixed, we can able to fix at a fixed place, it is 0.66666, it is unlimited, means when the numbers of the decimal places are not definite, it is in the form of recurring, so they are called as non-terminating decimals. So these are all the different types of numbers. That is, we can able to see here some of the MCQ questions. The product of a rational and an irrational number is either it is always an integer or always a rational number or always an irrational number. So sometimes rational or sometimes irrational. For this we have to give the answer. And the second question is root 9 is what type of number, whether it is a rational or irrational or neither rational or not irrational, irrational or none of the above. And the third is every rational number is. Rational means we know that it is in the form of a fraction. Either it is called as a whole number or a natural number or an integer or a real number. We have to see the answer for this. The sum of first 5 prime numbers. So we know that prime numbers means which are divisible by 1 and itself. If we keep adding, that is nothing but 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. Okay, either it will be divided by 1 or itself. Such kind of numbers is called as the prime number. So we have to see that the sum of all the first 5 numbers, among these numbers we have to select any one answer. And which of the following is a prime number? By seeing this number, we have to assess that prime number means we know that the number which is divisible by 1 and itself. So, but not by any other number, such kind of numbers is the prime number. So, this is what we have discussed in the session 1 of number system. Thank you.